reflections twist in a fevered haze. The crowd is a sea, but I'm still alone, chasing whispers I'll never own. Yeah, it's heavy, it pulls me in, pull me in that twisted maze. Yeah, glow, glow, shadow glow, falling deeper, I don't know. Glow, glow, shadow glow, pull me under, don't let go. Shadow glow, falling deeper, I don't know. Glow, glow, shadow glow, pull me under, don't let go.
What's going on? How we doing? How we doing? Let's get it started right. Squared it right there, bro. All right, enjoy.
Here you are, Toplander. I'm listening. They are places tainted by chaos. Places that must be set back in order. Visions of the past, the present, and the future. What has already happened, what is happening now, and what was meant to happen. They were entrusted to me by the Lord of the Seas himself. Your arrival has changed the after-images. They now show new things, different things. The knowledge I had gathered through them has become useless. This is unacceptable. I know who sent you to me, Toplander, and I know about your mission, but you cannot demand anything of me until you help me bring order to the chaos that followed your arrival. Ask them. I never refuse knowledge to those I have allowed into my presence. Ah, my archive. It is extraordinary. I am certain it is the only one in all the known and unknown universe. Here, knowledge gathers about everything you might wish to know, and much you might wish you didn't. I am but a humble servant of the Lord of the Seas. I oversee the knowledge stored within the archive, but to know it fully is impossible. Here you will find everything. That is why you must always know what it is you seek. I was chosen and anointed by him. He came to me when my spirit was wandering aimlessly, searching for knowledge. He showed me the truth about everything. About Avalon, its people, King Arthur, the weirdness. Now I know that the island I once thought was my whole world is but a small ripple in the untamable current of time. Nothing human should concern me anymore. Not after what the Lord has shown me. In theory, yes. But the truth is, well, you will see it for yourself when you enter the after images and begin restoring order. Every gesture, yours or those of the creatures you meet, shapes destiny. You may even begin to question whether destiny exists at all, when there are so many variables and endless possibilities. That was not my decision, although I know they think otherwise. I suspect it was Rueko's idea to tell them that entry is granted only after gathering enough knowledge. I suppose she wished to spare her kin from certain death, while still urging them to grow. I am not capable of such multifaceted thinking for the sake of lesser creatures. I carry too much knowledge to trouble myself with worldly concerns. Are you certain? Remember, you must enter my after images with a clear mind. There will be no room for distractions, nor for unfinished business. The world as you know it may change forever. Finally, then I will open the door and let you face everything the after images have to offer. While you are there, I must remain in meditation, so the disturbance will not spread further as you meddle with it. I will know when you are done. When you return, we shall speak of your mission. May your mind remain ever pure and supple.
Stand down, Captain. Turn back now, and perhaps Arthur will reconsider branding you a traitor.
I'm long past caring what he thinks. Besides, being called a traitor by our king almost feels like a badge of honor.
Insolent knave! Do you truly think Nimue will save you? She only kept her neck because she's Merlin's precious pupil. You are nothing.
Look, I've no quarrel with you, Sir Knight. I'd rather be far away from your lot. But alas, I need Nimue for that. So either get out of my way or say a prayer to the All-Mother.
Strength of 100 men!
I won't kill you. I want to see you hang right next to that traitorous bitch.
Such a deep shot!
Thank you for the rescue, Captain. I won't ask if you understand the consequences. I'm not as foolish as your peers would like to believe. Since you've already stained your hands with the blood of the Knights of the Round Table, does that mean you've made your choice?
Most of my peers were annihilated by those four-armed demons. At least the ones I give a damn about. Watching your quartermaster get ripped apart gives you perspective. A shitty bloody perspective, but a perspective nonetheless.
It does, doesn't it? As for me, I've known nothing else. I don't remember my parents, but I remember the first Four-Dweller I ever saw. I may have been born here, but Avalon never felt like home to me. We have to face facts. This war is futile, and it's only costing us more lives. It's time we went home. Our true home. The one we so recklessly abandoned.
Recklessly, huh? Sometimes I forget your lot doesn't remember the Red Death. Doesn't even know it, really.
The Red Death...
Let me finish, before you say something stupid that makes me toss you back into that cell. I'm talking about perspective, the way I see it. Coming to Avalon, we traded one hell for another. But the one before? At least it was ours. Avalon isn't, and I doubt it ever will be.
Then you'll help us. You'll command the fleet again.
Aye, I will. Steering the ships back to the homelands won't be easy, but people say you're powerful enough to make it happen. I don't want to die in this wretched, miserable land, cursed by an enemy that will never stop hating us.
You won't, Captain. I swear it. I'll see to it we all live to see the shores of the homelands, whether for the first time, or once again.
You shouldn't promise things like that. Now I'll have to hold you to it. Still, you've got me. I'll do everything I can to make sure you deliver.
Merlin, where are you? Ugh, I swear if this is another one of your lessons... Merlin, I don't have time for your games!
That, my dear, was a threshold warden. Not so easy to defeat, wouldn't you say? They're beings created to maintain order between worlds. Even King Arthur himself once struggled to win a duel against one. I wanted to show you what you might face if you continue with your plan to leave Avalon. There's no telling how many of them may be waiting on the shores of the homelands.
And that foolish duel with an illusion was supposed to scare me. I've outgrown your games, Merlin. I'm no longer a little girl who needs to be tested with elaborate, impossible challenges. Even if creatures like the Threshold Wardens exist, I won't be facing them alone. I made up my mind. I'm sailing to the homelands.
Nimue, child. You're making a mistake.
Don't call me a child! I'm not making a mistake. I'm fixing yours. I know you thought you were doing the right thing by coming to this island, but the things you and Arthur do now are horrifying. You call it survival, but you're killing the very world you claim to save. You bend life and death to your will and call it wisdom. But all I see is madness, dressed as progress. Even if you somehow made Avalon habitable, you're building its foundations on piles of sacrificed bodies. And how exactly does that make us any different from the Four Dwellers? How could anyone live here, knowing what we know?
I know this war has been long. I'm not proud of everything we've done, but it was necessary for all survival. Yes, blood was spilled, but the land will absorb it, and will honor it by building something new. We're so close to victory. Arthur and I are working tirelessly on a solution that will give us an edge. You just need to trust us. Trust me.
Oh, the solution, of course. Your vile, immoral experiments you wanted me to take part in. You know my answer, Master Merlin. For me, the cost outweighs the gain. So let me say it again. You can imprison me, you can try to persuade or intimidate me. I still won't help you. These things you have planned won't bring us victory. They'll only rewrite the future into something far worse than you can imagine. They break the cycle of nature itself, and that break will be paid for by generations not yet born. So yes, my only solution is to go back home.
The homelands are not your home. For you, they're a fantasy so far removed from reality that you can't even comprehend it. Do you think people chose to leave everything they knew on a whim? The Red Death was killing us. We were drowning in blood, pus, and corpses. That's what you want to go back to.
How is that any different from what's happening here? I've watched people die to this senseless war, to the weirdness, since the day I was born. And plagues come and go. It's been years. How do you even know the Red Death is still there?
I see you won't listen to reason.
I could say the same about you. Stay and rot on this island if that's what you wish, but I'm done. You and your precious Arthur can do whatever you please. I want no parts in it anymore. We're going home, and you won't stop us.
That's where you're wrong. Your rebellion ends here, Nimue. Perhaps sometime in a cell will cool your temper.
What? No, you can't!
I can, and I will. Trust me. This is for your own good. His poor wife. I hope she found some solace. And yet, you gave it your life. You would have died screaming at the red death, wouldn't you? This inn was merciful, believe me.
Merlin, my scouts reported back about Lear and Nimue's rebellion. They're trying to sabotage the iron shipments from the Forlorn Swords. They say their demand is that Sarras and the other ships be allowed to sail away from Avalon. Are they out of their minds? How can they be so oblivious to the dangers we left in the homelands? I held children dying of the Red Death in my arms. I watched them go stiff and cold. And then I myself carried them to the Pious. The homelands are ruined, poisoned. A graveyard soaked in the blood of those we had to leave behind. And they want to go back and weaken our forces in the process.
My king, I agree. This is suicide. The homeland's not a place to return to. They're a tomb. And yet, Nimue, Lear, and the other rebels refuse to see reason.
On that we agree. I've had enough of ordering men to die. But if they choose to go, I'll let them. Let them choose their fate. Let them swim that sea for what it is. If they refuse to believe the danger, let them learn it on their own skin. I'm tired, Merlin. Tired of proving to everyone that we have no home to return to.
Nimue is young, full of dangerous hope. She can be guided, tempered. They can all be kept here and given purpose. There must be another way. A better way than simply letting them die for daring to hold their own opinions in the middle of a war.
Another way? How many more have we lost while we wait for another way? I know what drives them. I've also looked into faces hollowed by hunger, smoke, and fever. And I know what Nimue thinks of our efforts to keep Avalon safe for centuries to come. Yet if she can't see the reason behind all the sacrifices we made to make Avalon our home, if she cannot accept that war is never a clean affair, then perhaps it is best to let her die along with her idealistic views. If it costs me my peace, so be it. Give them Sarras. Give them 2 more ships. Send them off. Let them find out for themselves.
You would send them to die just to prove there's no way back to the homelands?
No. I'd make an example of them. They cannot defy our decisions and fight us. The real enemy is in front of us, not among us. That said, I will not be the king who stole their last act of defiance. And if they die in the process, that's their choice.
My king, let me speak with her one more time.
Do as you wish. She's your responsibility. You know my mind. Give them ships. Burn the rest. I have a war to finish.
When Nimue and Captain Lear set sail for the homelands with the rebels, Merlin did the only thing he could to save them. Through a powerful spell, he sealed the entire fleet. Drawing on Nimue's magical potential as its source of power, flashes of light tore through the storm as the ships vanished beneath the raging sea, swallowed by the depths before anyone could understand what had happened. To the world, it looked like mass murder, a cruel punishment for desertion, but in truth, Merlin had saved them, allowing Sarras to become its own kingdom, far from the weirdness and the dangers of Avalon.
You're back, child of the surface. I sensed you restoring order to the after-images. The calm I feel now tells me that all is correct. Everything is back where it belongs. Thank you for intervening. I trusted it wouldn't happen, and here you are, safe and sound before me. I didn't know exactly what cleaning up the after-images would entail. Never before had they been in such disarray. Therefore, I assumed the one whose arrival caused those changes would also be able to restore the old order. A war story, you say? Fascinating. I had no idea they would show themselves to you that way. I have no access to the contents of an after-image once it has changed, so I cannot say what you are shown. I can sense the after-images as if they were parts of my own body. I know where it hurts, but not why, and I cannot heal myself. Yes, I will honor Josephus's request. Now that the after-images are in order, I can leave my post. The melody of the organ will sound again, and Captain Lear will wake. I only hope you know what that entails.
Toplander. This one is glad that you might witness this epochal work. The folk of Tumbo departed into the bosom of the Lord of the Depths, and this one absorbed their knowledge. So much knowledge. It was destiny, and destiny must not be denied. Had this one not carried out the slaughter, some other gatherer of knowledge would have done so. Only one who has amassed sufficiently great knowledge may attempt to seize it from others. This one was ready to submit to the trial. Is of no consequence. Ruako was only the voice of Echo, who set the law of gathering knowledge. The archive itself will decide whether one has gathered enough knowledge and is worthy to cross the threshold. This one is convinced that he will prove worthy. The Toplander again tries to speak falsehoods and defile this one's knowledge. This one will never believe that the sacrifice he made to prove himself worthy of entering the archive was in vain. Urkel never abandons his post. That is common knowledge. So, once again, you tried to deceive this one. But this time, this one needs no barnacles to know he is right. Knowledge is our currency, Toplander, and this one has made an investment, taking upon himself the responsibility of gathering the knowledge of all Tumbo's inhabitants. Perhaps others believed that knowledge was a purpose and a mission, but this one quickly learned that faith has nothing to do with it. Maybe Urkel truly is not in the archive, but that does not change the fact that Tumbo's knowledge already resides within this one. This one will wait patiently for the Guardian of the Archive to return. Time cannot be reversed, and what has happened cannot be undone. The investment will not go to waste. This one expected that a hot-blooded Toplander might react thus. This one will gladly accept the Toplander's challenge and seize the Toplander's knowledge. After the Toplander, who has already visited the archive, is defeated, the path to infinite knowledge will be open before this one. Let us fight!
As different as they are, there's a great deal of humanity in them, although some of it ugly. Pettiness, selfishness, arrogance. And yet it's more peaceful than anything I've seen on Avalon or in the homelands. They're bound by a single purpose, One that unites them as much as it divides them. A community built around one goal. I find that admirable. There are times when lies are necessary, but you're right. They make a foundation that crumbles too easily. I wonder what would happen if the people here learned the truth. I'm afraid it would break them in ways that couldn't be mended. Your faith in people is admirable, my friend, if a tad naive. And yet I wish what you're saying could be true. I'm tired of looking at ruins. We have to hope something better can be built on them. That has been my suspicion from the moment we set foot here. This place hums with magic, but it isn't the weirdness. I only needed proof. I just didn't expect it to come through Merlin's own memories. It seems I did. Though I can't fully explain why. I'm still not entirely myself. But I can understand it. In wartime, showing mercy to deserters wasn't a luxury I could afford. The war was nearing its end, true, but we still couldn't risk losing a single sword. By letting some sail and sinking the rest, I prevented more from fleeing, and, in a way, proved that I respected my people's choices, no matter the cost. He did, just in his own way. He had a habit of doing that. I told him to sink the ships, and he did. But he also saved Nimue and the rebels because he wished to. And if that act gave rise to this whole kingdom around us, well, perhaps it turned out for the best, for Sarras and its people. Though I wonder what fate awaits them when we need to reclaim the fleet for Avalon. When that time comes, I trust you'll make the right choice. Shell named Hiss never inspired my trust, but to suspect him of plotting the death of his own kind? No. No one could have foreseen that. I know Tumbo followed laws that we, as surface dwellers, could never fully understand. But mass murder in the name of knowledge? I don't think I ever want to understand the mind of that wretched creature. I only hope the people of Tumbo have found peace, and all the knowledge they desired, wherever they now believe themselves to be. Such a terrible loss.
Toplander, you have seized the Guardian's power. My gate now stands open before you.